What is up, everybody? Ray and Brennan here with Franchise Tag Fantasy Football, bringing you another absolute heater. If you guys want to stick around, check out our mock draft we're going to do right now. Get you guys ready for your guys' actual real drafts. You guys have some questions, we can answer them in the comments. We're all here for you guys. Brennan, my man, do you have some news for us right quick?
I got some relief news, so that's good. Josh Jacobs came back on Saturday, signed his one-year deal. It's worth up to $12 million. Makes him happy. He's going to come back. So he can be a little relief for all the people who took the dip in Josh Jacobs. You know, there you go.
Okay. Like it's funny because I had a draft today, and I was like, do I go with Josh Jacobs? Do I go with Devontae Adams? Like, this is at the 1-6, and this is a keeper league. This is a whole different situation than what I think you guys here are here to watch. But like, I had to think about that. And is Josh Jacobs a guy that I trust as my RB1 in my first round? Do I trust that? I don't know. And I feel like that's a lot of people right now. I don't know. How do you feel, Brennan?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. He had over like 400 touches last year. That's just a lot. Like, and I know like he's had some health issues and everything else like that, and he just played through them. I'm on the side of like, I could see if he gets like, you know, banged up a little bit, he could sit out because he's on contract again, where he needs to play for another one. And like, you know, I'm gonna sit because like I need this money. So like I'm on the fence on guys who are on that kind of contract. So
no, like I feel like it's a pertinent conversation, and really, what you guys have, drop in the comments. Let's talk about it for real. But I think that I'm comfortable with Josh Jacobs, but late round running back round one, comfortable. It's tough. Yeah. We're gonna get to it in this mock draft. I think that we're gonna get to it here.
Yeah. The only other last bit of news I have is that, so obviously this whole Jonathan Taylor Colts tirade's going on. They did cut Kenyon Drake today. All the teams are doing their cuts to the 53-man roster by Tuesday. So the only offers he's had is from Miami, and they shot him down. The Bears called and asked, like, is he available? Colts said yes, and that's how far as the conversation went. So for the money league I just did for a 3-wide receiver, Jonathan Taylor didn't go till 309 in a 12-man league. So it's very relevant for what I passed on him 3 times. So it would have been very, and that was difficult too at the one at the 101. Mm-hmm. So he went to 309. So 9 other people after me were like, no, I'm good too.
No, that's definitely like pertinent information, because that's a real league. That's a big boy league. And if you have that many people that actually really play fantasy football and you really want to know what it's like in a real draft, seeing Jonathan Taylor going to 309, that's crazy to me, but like, I get it. And I would have probably been one of those people that said, I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, like Joe Mixon went before him, so I was like, damn, it's kind of insulting, but like, you know, hey.
Honestly, like, that's where I'm at. Is it, okay, Brennan, let's play a real quick game. I know that you guys are trying to get into this mock draft, and we'll get there in just a second, but please stick around with us. So, would you go Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor?
I would probably go man, that was tough.
Half point.
I think I go Jonathan Taylor. I think like that's probably like that line where I'm at.
Aaron Jones or Jonathan Taylor?
Aaron Jones.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne or Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor.
Okay, I figured that's where the line was.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to throw a curveball at you, and this is the last one, guys. We're going to get to it in just a second. Do you think you would go Jahmyr Gibbs in a full point PPR or Jonathan Taylor?
Man, that's tough. I think I go Jahmyr Gibbs. I think I'll trust the draft capital.
Yeah, like that's where I'm at. That's the line for me in a full point. I'm like, man,
and it's wild to say that right now. When I said it, I was like, yeah, 80 receptions isn't within the realm of Jahmyr Gibbs. So
I think that's well within the realm. So just like always, like if you guys have something you guys want to throw at us, I really want to hear what you guys think about this. This is something that's been burning in me. I want to know. Throw that in the comments, please. I would love to talk to you guys about it. But Brennan.
Yes, sir.
Let's get this mock draft ready to roll. Let's do that.
Do it.
Brennan,
All
please
right.
run us through what this mock draft is going to be about. Tell us the
So
details.
it is a super flex. So obviously quarterbacks are more important. You have 2 quarterbacks here. So you have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end. So, oh, my apologies. This is not a super flex. What the heck? I thought I said it that way.
Change it right now. Change it because we're doing a super
That's
flex.
super weird.
Sorry about
Fine.
that, guys. We're trying to get you guys a super flex because I know that content is super relevant and you guys are absolutely looking for something to like, look at what a real draft looks like with some real advice on it. So
there we go. My apologies.
Hey, sleeper sometimes gets you. Sleeper sometimes gets you, man.
2 quarterback. It's weird. So yeah, so the roster construction is 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and 1 super flex, where you can put a quarterback, running back, tight end, or a wide receiver. So let's start this bad boy.
Okay, let's do that. Run it. All right, guys. So in this super flex mock draft we're doing, starting it up, Josh Allen goes 101. That's kind of weird. I would go Patrick Mahomes, whatever. Patrick Mahomes goes the 102, and Brendan, you're on the clock.
Yeah, so I think there's a pretty obvious tier here with the 3. You can go any way. Mahomes first, Jalen Hurts first, or Josh Allen. I'm happy I got Jalen Hurts. I have him as my 101 for quarterback, so I have no problem taking him there.
Okay, so after you take Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson goes, Chris McCaffrey, Joe Burrow, Travis Kelce, which is wild in this situation. Wild to me. Lamar Jackson, and I am on the clock, and I'm going to probably take the tier break here. Justin Sherbet, begrudgingly, but yes.
Is Jamar Chase in any kind of capacity for you here?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
That's where it's really tight for me. But because this is a super flex, because it's a 2 quarterback league, and I know quarterbacks are going to go flying off the board, I want to solidify a 1. I want to solidify a guy that I can really rely on to be a 450 completion kind of guy. And I think that Justin Herbert can be that. So
fair enough.
All right. So after that, Jamar Chase goes. Obviously, that was going to happen. Trevor Lawrence, Tyreek Hill rounds out the first round, starting the second round. Justin Fields, Cooper Kupp, Austin Eckler, and I am back on the clock. And now I have to really make a decision. Do I double stack quarterbacks right now? Is that what I do? Or do I wait? Because my quarterbacks right now that I'm looking at are Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Tua Tagovailoa. But do I really believe in that talent? Or do I go with a guy like Bijan Robinson in a premier position? And I think I'm going to go Bijan Robinson. I think I am. I'm going to go Bijan Robinson.
Okay. So over Stephon, over Saquon, over Amon-Ra, over Garrett Wilson. Oh man.
Yes, and that's tough for me to say. Hurts my soul. So after Bijan Robinson goes, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Deshaun Watson, Derrick Henry, and Brendan, you are on the clock.
I am on the clock here, and I think this is pretty easy for me too. I love Saquon Barkley. I think he's being undervalued this year. It's kind of crazy. I didn't really consider anybody else there. I didn't want any quarterbacks. I think there's the quarterback ranking on Sleeper and mine are a lot different here. So I am, you know what? I'm going to reach for somebody here. It's going to be kind of crazy. So I can say the picks here. Sorry. Devontae Adams went. After that, it went Mark Andrews, Nick Chubb, Jonathan Taylor. But I'm going to do something here that might shock a little bit. But I love my quarterback. I love Anthony Richardson. I think the ceiling is ridiculous.
Who is that? A spicy meatball? My goodness. Oh, wee. So after you take Anthony Richardson, Garrett Wilson goes, Amon-Ra, Dak Prescott, Devonta Smith. He has been, can I take a second real fast? Devonta Smith has been flying up draft boards, flying.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it. I'm not.
He's super talented.
When you see that, you're like, I don't like that. I don't like this person climbing that much, but I do with Devonta Smith. I do.
Yeah, people forget he was a Heisman winner. He's super talented. I get it, AJ Brown's right next to him, but Devontae Smith is super talented.
There's enough pie to go around, guys. Enough pie to go around. I like that. Maybe not at the 3-7, but I definitely like that. So right now, I'm gonna go with the draft strategy. I'm gonna go really focus on. Let's go running back heavy and see what the team looks like afterwards, because there's so much receiving talent everywhere else, but there's limited running back talent. And you know what? I have to decide between Josh Jacobs and Tony Pollard. Right now, for me, it's Tony Pollard. Pollard. and I'm going that way. So after Tony Pollard goes, Chris Olave, Jalen Waddle, and Kirk Cousins finish the third round. To start the fourth round, Ramondre Stevenson, DK Metcalf, Josh Jacobs. That sucks because he didn't fall to me, and I am back on the clock, and I am now looking at my first receiver, taking a look, taking a peek, and I really like Calvin Ridley. I really do. I think this is the first time that I've ever said I am comfortable with him as my receiver one.
Over T. Higgins? Oh, man.
Yes. So I'm going to go Calvin Ridley. I'm going to see how it looks.
All right.
See how it looks. So after Calvin Ridley goes, T. Higgins goes, Breece Hall goes, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Jahmyr Gibbs at the 4-9, and Brennan, you are on the clock.
Oh, that hurts. I was really hoping for Jahmyr Gibbs. That would have been just all upside team right there. That really hurts. Yeah. So there's a bunch of quarterbacks here. I have Aaron Rodgers, but I've already solidified my two quarterbacks. There's TJ Hawkinson. It goes Keenan Allen, who I like a lot. Kenneth Walker, who I think is sliding, which I get. There's DeAndre Hopkins. I might, man, it's tough here. You know, I'm going to go with a solidified PPR king since it's full point. I'm going to take Keenan Allen as my wide receiver one. Feels weird, but I feel like he's safe.
Oof, that's tough because that really hurts me right after that. Aaron Rodgers goes, then Daniel Jones rounds out the 4-12, starting the 5-1 in the fifth round. Kenneth Walker, TJ Hawkinson, and you're back on the clock, Brennan.
I am indeed, and I think I'm going to solidify my two running backs here. I'm going to take Aaron Jones. I think he gets a lot of work with the Packers offenses last year. They just kind of use him all of the max.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So this is what you get into when you kind of skip on that tier 2 quarterback. This is what you get. So now I'm really going to have to punt that position a little further. And right after you take Aaron Jones, George Kittle goes, Russell Wilson goes, Deebo Samuel, Jared Goff, Terry McLaurin, and I'm back on the clock. And like I was saying, very kind of like off now on the tiers of quarterbacks that are there. Like, I really like Derek Carr as this, like, I missed out on the tier 2s. But I think I can wait at least one more turnaround.
Okay.
I'm looking at the draft board, looking how it's falling. I can wait one more. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at another receiver. With Calvin Ridley being there, I need to solidify things. I like Amari Cooper a much more over DeAndre Hopkins, Drake London, and Jerry Jeudy, who is there. So I'm going to go Amari Cooper. After Amari Cooper goes, Drake London, Geno Smith, Kyle Pitts ends the 5th round to start the 6th round. Joe Mixon, Jerry Jeudy, DeAndre Hopkins. I'm back in the clock. My gamble worked. I can go and grab Derek Carr now as my QB2, and I have a plan later.
Okay.
So Derek Carr goes, Dallas Goedert, Dameon Pierce, Miles Sanders, J.K. Dobbins, DJ Moore, and you are on the clock, Brendan.
I am on the clock here. So I have some options here. So I have Darren Waller, who I really do like. There's Christian Watson, who I think is a little too rich for my blood. You know, yes. I have Keenan Allen, so there's a risk for my wide receiver there. I love Brandon Ayuk. I'm not big on DeAndre Swift and Cam Akers. There's Michael Pittman, who I don't mind, which you and I have a bet for over 100 targets for. You know what? I'm going to go solidify the number 1 target leader in New York, which I think is Darren Waller. I know I have Saquon, but you got to spread the offense around a little bit there. So
I like that pick. So right after that, DeAndre Swift goes and Christian Watson, unfortunately, because I feel like you were banking on that wrapping around. Am I right?
I banked on like one of the 2 wide receivers I like being there, and one of them is there, so I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then rounding out the 6th round, Christian Watson, then starting the 7th, Cam Akers, Michael Pittman, you're back on the clock, Brendan.
Yeah, I was hoping for one of the guys. I like Brandon Ayuk a lot. I think he can lead the team. I can think he can be the wide receiver 1 in San Francisco over Deebo, and I'm okay taking him as my wide receiver 2.
Okay. I had a conversation with a great friend of the show, Ruben, a little bit about Brandon Ayuk. He's a big Niners fan, and he was like, I don't know if like the pie is big enough for me to bank on Brandon Ayuk. Is that something you're thinking about, or no? Is that you're just out on that altogether?
No, Shanahan's a genius. He spreads the ball around. He knows how to make everybody happy, so I'm not worried about it. Like, there's going to be somebody in this offense who doesn't get fed. George Kittle, McCaffrey, Deebo. Someone's going to not be happy. There's too many mouths to feed, but like I honestly think it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they realize Elijah Mitchell is going to get a lot more touches than they realize.
That's a hot take. That's a
It is a hot
super
take.
spicy take. Like thinking
But you
about
should
that,
see
that's
the
a super
games.
spicy.
You should see the games when Elijah Mitchell played with Chris McCaffrey. He ate into his work.
You know what? I don't have the data in front of me, but I don't deny that. That's crazy. So after you took Brandon Ayuk, I'm sorry, we interluded in there, but I think that's important. Like you're talking about the pro Brandon Ayuk
break
show.
it down. Yeah,
break it down. Bryce Young goes, Chris Godwin, James Conner, Christian Kirk, Alexander Madison, and I am on the clock. And now what I'm thinking right now is that a lot of teams in between me and everybody else have two quarterbacks. So I can kind of wait on the third quarterback that I really want, which is Jordan Love. I'd like to wait on it. I'd like to get a slice of that pie. So I'm kind of looking a little bit more towards tight end to solidify that position. And I really like Evan Ingram here. I really do. And I think that's the direction I'm going to go is Evan Ingram. So after Evan Ingram, Mike Williams, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Rashad White to round out the 7th round. To start the 8th round, Deontay Johnson, Javonte Williams, which I was hoping would fall to me here. I was hoping would, and he didn't. It's always the game with Javonte Williams, right? Always the game.
Would you agree that Javonte's criminally underrated right now?
Yes.
In the rankings?
Oh, yes, 100%. Yes.
Where would you take him considerably if he was, and since he is like going in like the 7th round where he's going right now?
In a very serious keeper league that I did today, in a draft that I did today, I took him in the 4th round because I was afraid, because running backs go so fast in that league specifically, that I wasn't going to get him in the 5th. That's where I was at, and I don't think I'm wrong. I don't.
No, I don't think so either. I think people can evaluate the talent first,
and especially because my team really needed running back. Let me tell you. So I think Javonte is criminally underrated, and I like that you brought that up. That's dope. That's dope. Hot takes, but also good takes. Good takes. I'm looking at receivers right now. The tier break for me starts with Mike Evans and George Pickens for me, and they're available. But I think right now I can kind of like steal from the draft a little bit. I have 2 running backs that are solid, so I can kind of wait on another one to free up. Alvin Kamara's there. I'm going to take a risk. Alvin Kamara.
All right. So
after Alvin Kamara goes, David Montgomery. God damn it. Jordan Love goes, then Tyler Lockett, Marquise Brown, Matthew Stafford, and you're back on the clock, Brennan.
I am back on the clock here. So I'm looking at my team, my roster. I try to go with the best available player here. So Mike Evans is available, Isaiah Pacheco, Pat Fryermuth. So I'm off on tight ends. There's a bunch of tight ends here I don't really care for. I'm actually going to reach here. I'm going to take a guy who I think could actually be possibly the target leader in the Commanders' offense, and that's Jahan Dotson.
That's crazy. We were talking about that too. So after Jahan Dotson goes, after Brennan takes him, Isaiah Pacheco, Jordan Addison rounds out the 8th round to start the 9th round. George Pickens goes, Mike Evans, and you are back on the clock, Brennan.
And this is a pretty easy smash for me. I'm not really interested in the quarterbacks. The next highest rated wide receivers are Quentin Johnson, Treylon Burks, Kadarius Toney. Running backs, I think there's one last tier of running backs which fell, and it's James Cook. I think he's for full PPR. I think, and he's going to be on my bench, which is crazy. I'm probably switch him and Jahan Dotson for week 1, but that's crazy.
I love that pick. I love it. I had to consider it too, and I'm like very shallow at receiver right now. I really considered that. Yeah. So after you took James Cook, David Njoku goes, then Pat Fryermuth, AJ Brown, Quentin Johnston, Antonio Gibson, and I am back on the clock now, and I really need some receiving help. I really do. I'm so in the hole right now. So in the hole. But boy, I don't like anybody that's available. Jesus. Where do you feel? Does Elijah Moore really stand out on top of names like Juju Smith-Schuster, Gabe Davis, Kadarius Toney? Like, do they stand out? Does he stand out to you?
After round 9, go get your guy. That's what I tell people. After round 9, go get your guy. Now you're building your bench. Go get the guys you think could be the league winners. Rankings are irrelevant.
More could.
Exactly. So if you think that's what I'm telling folks at home, after round 9, go get your guy. Go swing for the fences. You're going to cut these guys probably after week 4. Let's be honest. Like, there's a possibility you might be cutting these people. So go for the guy you think is going to get you win the league.
Yeah. So with that advice, I would also caveat with that, looking at the board right now, there's only one other team that really needs a receiver, really needs one, And I think that I can get away with waiting on it for one more turn. So I'm going to go Kadarius Toney here and hope. So Kyler Murray goes, Zach Cabernet. Treylon Burks goes to round out the 9th. Michael Thomas starts the 10th, which like this show is pro not drafting Michael Thomas. Brandon Cooks goes, Zay Flowers, I'm back on the clock. My gamble paid off. I'm going Elijah Moore because I feel like he is absolutely going to finish as a receiver too.
There you go.
After that, Gabe Davis goes, Dalton Schultz, Jamal Williams, Khalil Herbert, which is a good steal here in the 10th, I think. Brian Robinson, and you go. Here, it's you now, this instant.
Yeah, so I'm on the clock here. I'm looking at guys who I think just like, again, who can win leagues, anything else like that. So the quarterbacks are like Kenny Pickett, CJ Stroud. These will all be bench guys. I'm starting Anthony Richardson. I'm starting Jalen Hurts. I'm not thinking twice about it. Don't care about the matchups. So there's like Samaje P. Ryan, who I'm not really high on. There's Jameson Williams, Cortland Sutton, which I get it. The news of Jerry Jeudy missing probably several weeks. I probably could see him be like week 3 is where hamstrings are tricky. So again, someone's got to be the wide receiver 1 there. It's tough. I'm going to swing for the fences here. I think you pay somebody $15 million. There's a chance he can lead the team. I'm going to go Odell Beckham here.
Whew. I didn't know where you were going. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So you go Odell Beckham. Cole Kmet goes at the 10-11. Juju Smith-Schuster rounds out the 10th round to start the 11th round. Devin A-Chain. Again, good shot right there. Rashad Penny might not make the roster. You're on the clock.
I am on the clock here. And again, I'm trying to see guys who could potentially win me the league. This doesn't matter. So again, there's a guy on the Kansas City offense who could potentially be number 2 in targets. I'm not going to be silly here and lead the team in targets, but like be number 2 with Patrick Mahomes is kind of nice. So I'm going to go Sky Moore. He's running with the ones. He's listed as a wide receiver. I think he's listed wide receiver 1 on the depth chart as it sits right now. So I'm going to follow it and go with it.
You're super big on Sky Moore. That's
like,
got to be one of your guys for sure.
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, like 10th round, and I might get the guy who might be 2nd in targets on Kansas City. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I'll take it all day long. Patrick Mahomes.
It's got to be somebody, right? It has to be.
Yeah. Rasheed Rice. It's just not MVS though. I can tell anybody at home it's not Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I'm sorry.
It's not him. No, but like it could be Justin Ross. Like all of us are wrong.
So
it's not him. So after you take Sky Moore, Samaje Perine goes. Chicken Conco goes. Dalton Kincaid, Jerick McKinnon, Jameson Williams, and I'm on the clock now. Taking a look around, seeing that Damian Harris is still there. I don't like that. My champion, my true number 1, the elite Tank Bigsby, still there. He's going to probably be my wraparound here. I'm going to take a risk, and I bet I'm right. But look, while I have you guys been listening this long, Tank Bigsby, he's going to be it. It's him. Certified, Ray certified, 100% certified. But I'm going to take a look at receiver right now. Again, I know I'm super thin. I have a lot of running backs already. So I like Cortland Sutton this late. Gross, but I also like Rashad Bateman. Gross. I'm going to go Cortland Sutton. So Cortland Sutton goes CJ Stroud, Greg Dulcich, Alan Lazard to round out the 11th. The 12th starts with Rashad Bateman, Tyler Higbee, Sam Laporta, weird. And I'm on the clock again. And look who it is. Look who's there. Tank Bigsby in the 12th. Tank Bigsby. Remember the name. After that, Damian Harris goes, Elijah Mitchell, Adam Thielen, Rasheed Rice, Tyler Algier, and Brendan, you're on the clock.
Yeah, I'm on the clock here, and I'm looking at potentially a backup quarterback here just to kind of make sure I solidify everything, and I'm going to just go for the guy who I think can have the highest upside. He's got the best, one of the best offensive-minded coaches here, and it's me, Brock Purdy. So he was told he's a QB1. Obviously, what we didn't talk about is that Trey Lance got traded to the Cowboys for a fourth-round pick.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. So
that just shows how relevant he is in this league now. Probably going to go down as the biggest bust draft-wise, unfortunately. Actually, I don't know about biggest. Jamarcus Russell will probably take that forever and always.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson's he's top 3. He's 3.
We have defenses in this?
Yeah, I have defense. You can avoid it though, so don't worry.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But let's go. Let's talk about defenses real fast for the people that have stuck around. I think that's pertinent. Jacoby Myers goes, then Ezekiel Elliott to round out the 12th to start the 13th. San Fran, Philly, defensive wise. What do you got, Brennan? Let's go with defense.
So
Who do you got?
there's obviously defenses here. We can talk about it here because people do play with defenses. We'll never talk about kickers. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It's not who
No.
we are. It's
Refuse.
defenses that do happen. Most of my money leagues, there's defense. There is some, you can argue there's strategy to it. So, like, obviously, you can take the Eagles' defense. They're one of the best defense, and San Fran's defense. And then after that, you're kind of hoping for the best. Like, Cowboys are probably third in my book. So, but after that, it's irrelevant. There's two defense I've been drafting, which is the Saints, because their first 5 weeks are delicious. Let's see here. Let me go through their schedule here. Saints play Tennessee, Carolina, Green Bay, which that could be tough, but Tampa Bay, and then New England and Houston, Jacksonville, and Indy. So, like, they play the AFC South. Their first week's Tennessee, Carolina. So, again, it's pretty good schedule. And then if I can't get them, the Commanders play Arizona. So, always look on your waiver wire. If they play Arizona's offense, please pick them. Arizona sucks. They'll be 2-15 this year. So,
choose a lot. Choose a lot.
Yep. But again, here, since the Cowboys are here, I'm going to take the Cowboys defense this call today.
Okay, so after that, Buffalo Bills, New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and I am on the clock here. A lot of the defenses already went, so I don't like defenses a whole lot. Like, I don't like playing with them. The Ravens have a very, very easy start to the schedule with Houston. I like that. But they get Cincinnati, and most likely when Joe Burrow comes back.
Yeah.
But they also have, like, Indianapolis, and I think Pittsburgh might struggle a little bit against them. So I'm going to go the Ravens, but begrudgingly because I hate defenses. After that, Pittsburgh goes, Cincinnati goes, and this draft is over with Kansas City's defense going. Brennan, please run us through your roster this instant.
I got you. So I went Jalen Hurts with the 103. Then following the second round, I went Saquon. After that, I reached for Anthony Richardson, but I'm okay with that because Dak and Tua, I think Anthony Richardson outscores them. My wide receiver one is Keenan Allen. I went Aaron Jones, Darren Waller, Brandon Ayuk, Jahan Dotson, James Cook, Odell Beckham, Sky Moore, and Brock Purdy, and then the Cowboys defense.
Okay. So to talk about my team real fast, I went Justin Herbert in the first in the Superflex. Then to round out that second, Bijan Robinson. In the third, I went Tony Pollard. As my receiver one in the fourth, I went Calvin Ridley. In the fifth, Amari Cooper. Sixth, Derek Carr. Seventh, Evan Ingram. Alvin Kamara, Kadarius Toney, Elijah Moore, Colton Sutton, Tank Bigsby, my champion, the true elite number one running back in the NFL, and the Baltimore Ravens defense as my defensive selection. And that's it. There you go. That's the mock draft, guys. That's it. Brennan, do you have anything else for the people at home?
I do not.
Well, I don't either. And I appreciate if you guys stuck around this whole time. I appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. Truly. Hit that like, please. Let us know. Hit that comment. Let us know. Hit that share. Let us know. But until next time, guys, we will see you